Perhaps the simplest way to understand my conception of bad posture is to say that the main problem is that people are pushing their midsection forward. The top of the pelvis, the abdomen, and the lower end of the rib cage are kept too far forward. This is just the weak point of the body, the spot where the body breaks. When people with poor posture stand, they are always pushing forward here at the midsection. Always forward. That's the direction in which the weakness goes. Now, if a person sits down, they can shorten backwards or forwards, since they don't have to balance on their legs. But in standing, they always shorten forwards. When I say a guy like this has poor posture, sometimes people are surprised. He looks athletic, fairly strong. This is an image often used in academic settings to portray good posture. What makes this posture look better than a posture like this is that he's lifting the lower end of the front of his rib cage. That will obviously look better in certain ways as compared to letting your lower ribs and abdomen fall forward, but both are still pressing their midsection forward and losing the tension that should be in their back. The tissues that connect the pelvis to the rib cage cannot function properly when the back is bent and shortened like this. The standard conception of posture says that the only solution is to lift the front of the chest, that you are either drooping forward and down or pulling yourself forward and up with your lower chest. F.M. Alexander called both of these a hollow back. He also pointed out the protruding abdomen. Really, they are a connected problem. Lifting the front of the rib cage doesn't fix the problem. It keeps you locked into the bad habit of pressing forward with the midsection. But lifting the back of the rib cage can help undo this hollowing. That will also change the shape of the rib cage. It will spread apart the ribs, and so your rib cage will better expand as you breathe. Just as bad habits can take the rib cage in the wrong direction and compress the ribs together, the correct coordinated movements can take you in the right direction. The basis of the system I teach is to learn to stop pushing forward with your midsection, not just in standing, but in all activities. It's kind of that simple. But to be able to keep the back while bending or walking is not easy, nor is it easy at first to do in standing really, because you're up against your habits. People with poor posture habitually generate their strength by shortening, because that does, in a sense, work. When you shorten and push your midsection forward, you tense some of your muscles and overuse them to generate strength. But you could instead lengthen to generate strength, and in doing so, use all the muscles and connective tissues in unison, in harmony, rather than this stifling mix of contradictory movements where you are largely going against your own intention. All you need to do is learn how to lengthen. You have to understand how the elastic tissues interact with the stable structures, the bones. You need to learn where in your body the levers and pulleys are. And rather than constantly pulling various levers in the wrong direction every time you go to do something, even stand, you can learn to pull the levers in the right direction so you can efficiently move and generate power. That is the only thing I really teach, how to lengthen in the face of any obstacle, any stimulus, any danger, to stop cowering and compromising when things get challenging, and to instead move defiantly upright and poised amidst any turmoil, pressure, or problem. The way to do that is to learn how your body functions. That, to me, is what's so satisfying about this system. You learn how to control yourself. Your body shouldn't be a mystery to you. Unfortunately, most of us were never taught the specifics of how to use our body in motion, but we can always learn. Also, many seemingly inexplicable health problems and pains are caused by this abuse of the body that occurs when we crumple, shorten, and droop. If you get your body poised, the digestive system, circulatory system, respiratory system, and all the systems of the body will be able to function more optimally. That is a key element of how you build resilient health. In the next video, we'll look at a simple way to start putting this into practice. So here's a question for you. When you're standing with your back a short distance from a wall, what parts of your body should be touching the wall and which shouldn't? With a little help from a wall, we will learn to stand upright.